Hello viewers, welcome to the channel. Today I'm sharing actually a very interesting bread recipe using sweet basil, fresh ones of course I'm using here. These sweet basils are very good antioxidants. They are very flavorsome. We can add it in any Italian recipes. Bread, yes, we can add. It will give a very nice aroma and flavor to this recipe. An important thing is I'm actually proofing this bread overnight, which is really giving a very sweet taste to this bread. Overnight proof always good, which will release nice aroma, slow rise the better taste for breads. We'll see in detail. Before that, let me first welcome everyone to Latu's Kitchen. Are you visiting your first time? Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, which after you watch this video you may want to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you get notified on all the videos that we upload. Let's get started. First part is in making bread is proof yeast. I'm using active dry yeast, so 1 tablespoon of sugar and lukewarm water, half a cup. Give it a whisk first, the sugar, and then add in your tablespoon of active dry yeast. If you're using instant yeast, you can directly add into the flour, but make it little bit more for a 2.5 cup of flour. If you're using active dry yeast, which is 1 tablespoon, instant 1 plus maybe little 1/4 teaspoon of more you can add. Now I have mixed it well, and I'm going to rest it for 10 minutes for it to activate. Once it blooms, we will use it in the dough. If it doesn't, then please change it, discard it and make it again. If you don't see a bloom on top of the yeast, which is very important. I'm taking 1 cup of whole wheat and 1 plus 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour, that is maida. So total 2.5 cup of flour goes in. Save it well. Once save the flour, then you add 1 teaspoon of salt, good amount of salt, which will taste very good for this bread recipe. But don't add too much salt, but yes, 1 teaspoon is needed. And then slowly add in your proofed yeast. You can see it's frothy on top, which means it is nicely activated. And then 1 cup of fresh basil, chopped, nicely chopped, which goes in, fine chop. Make it as small as possible and add them. Use more half a cup of lukewarm water to mix this. So total 1 cup of liquid goes in for a 2.5 cup of flour for me. Again, the liquid intake is totally depends on the quality of the flour that you're using. So do not go by the recipe always. Slowly add the water. See to it you don't over add the water, and you can control over it if you add it slowly, the water. Now mix all well, form a dough, soft dough, and then transfer that to a workplace. Now the second process is how good kneading is, which is very important. While the yeast part is very important in terms of using proper activated yeast, then comes the kneading part. Stretch it. If you don't want to use a plate like this, you can directly put it on a work surface, ensure it is clean, and dust it with some flour and stretch it towards front, and you can just collect it and keep stretching. Initially it will be sticky. 2 tablespoons of olive oil goes in. Add little by little while kneading. Process is going on. Do not add all the 2 tablespoons at one go. After maybe 5 minutes of kneading, then you can add the other tablespoon of olive oil. You can stretch it like this. It should not tear apart. If it doesn't, then your dough is ready. Otherwise, keep kneading. It will take at least 10 to 12 minutes. Once it is nicely kneaded, you will get a nice soft bouncy dough like this. Collect and form like a bun kind of a shape. Grease your vessel that you're going to keep the dough with nice oil, and on top to add some oil, coat it with oil so that it doesn't stick out when you take out the dough after it is proofed. Now third stage is proofing. How good proofing is and how correctly we are taking it out. We should not overproof the dough, then it may not rise properly. So just be careful, keep an eye, don't always look for the clock 1 hour 2 hour. If it is proofed, then take it out, punch it, release the air from the dough and knead for few minutes and take it out, and again in a plate apply some butter or oil, and on top keep this proofed dough. Before you shape it, I'm taking little bit dough which I may make pizza out of this dough. So I'm going to put it in an airtight container. I'm going to put it in refrigerator. Now the remaining dough which I'm going to make it for bread, shape it like a rectangle, and depending upon your tin size, you can gently fold, seal the edges, tightly cover so that it doesn't give too much space when you cut the bread. You might not see too much hole. Ensure you are folding it little tight and make a good shape. And you may want to decorate with fresh basil leaves on top. This is optional. Now leave this overnight in the refrigerator. If you don't want, you can just keep it outside, and you can do it. If you're in a hurry, you can bake it after 1 hour after the second proof. But first time I'm trying overnight. Second proof in refrigerator. Trust me, the flavor of the bread is too good. Second proof inside the refrigerator. I was very happy so far. I've baked so many breads, but this bread I really loved it. So soft and so flavorful, and it gave a little sweetness to the bread, the overnight proofing, because the slower the rise, it's good for the bread. That's what my learning here is. So I thought I would share this with all of you. Now preheat the oven. Of course, don't miss this part. Milk wash on the proofed dough. Preheat the oven to 10 minutes at 200 degree and then bake it for 40 minutes. My oven takes 40 minutes at 200. Once it is baked, take it out. When it is warm, apply butter and then cover it with a damp wet cloth so that it retains moisture and it will be soft. You can see a flavorful bread. It goes very well for your breakfast or dinner. I'm serving it for my breakfast along with some salads, lettuce and tomatoes, some mayo, and drumstick leaf soups along with it. Makes it a complete meal. I hope you